Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This morning, Big John Hartson has his say about Lewis Palmer. We'll talk to him in a minute, we'll listen to him in a minute. But make sure you give the video a big thumbs up, as it does help with the algorithm. And make sure you subscribe for the Friday Night Live tonight, where we talk about the Dundee game tomorrow, back at Celtic Park after that epic win at Ibrox. But let's talk about let's hear what John has to say about the man of the moment, the man that is all over the Celtic news, and the devastating news that obviously he is out for up to 4 months.
Well, you don't want to lose a really good player. I thought he was really good at Ibrox against Rangers, getting up and down that right-hand side, caused problems. You had 1 or 2 opportunities, of course, to score. They tell me that Palmer can play out there. Yang is a chance for, not Yang, sorry, Yang.
Yep.
And James Forrest as well. He might look to bring James back in. But it's almost like you get Alistair Johnson back, and then you get Hitati back, and then you lose another one. So the one thing I'd say, the plus point to it is Brendan has made several signings in that sort of midfield area, wide right, wide left area. So he's got plenty of cover, but it is a big blow to lose a player of Abada's quality.
So that was Big John Hartson talking on Go Radio, and the fact that he was saying that, you know, we do have a lot of cover in that area, but it is devastating. But the good thing is as well, we do have cover. He was also talking about the fact that, Liam Scales was actually just minutes away from signing for Aberdeen, and if it wasn't due to the fact of injuries. Now, I'm going to go against the grain here a bit. I mean, is Liam Scales really the type of Celtic player that is up there, top quality for long term at Celtic in the defence? Tell me in the comments. I'm just opening this up to you, the viewer, and I'm just opening up to get comments on the video and tell me what you think. I mean, Liam Scales is a good player, but is he that top level defender that Celtic needs? You remember he was about to get put out on loan again to Aberdeen this season. We do have Cameron Vickers coming back. Nat Phillips, he's going to be your starter. I reckon that Phillips will start with Scales this weekend, which is a real bonus for him. Scales will do tremendous this weekend. We'll have a talk about this tonight. Make sure you join the live tonight and we'll talk about this even more. We'll talk about Nat Phillips and Cameron Carter-Vickers in the centre of defence. Where does that leave Scales? Will he just go back to being a squad player? And is that really good for him this season? Anyway, get to more Celtic news. And obviously Brendan Rodgers had his say about the Leila Barra yesterday, and he's saying, look, it's a scenario that could have been avoided. He's actually raging about the fact, personally, and behind the scenes, he's absolutely raging about the fact that Leila Barra picked up this thigh issue while doing shooting practice. While taking shots at goals, shooting practice, at the end of a training session. He says it was totally unavoidable. He says, why were they running about taking shooting practice like school kids? Well, he didn't say that, but you can imagine what he said behind the scenes. And Rodgers expects to be sidelined for up to 3 or 4 months, and then once he then gets back onto the training pitch, he's then going to get back into the team. When the likes of Yang and everyone that's coming to the team, where does that leave him? He'll really struggle, hopefully, to get back into the team, and that's a good thing as far as Celtic are concerned. A bit of Celtic news coming out of Australia this morning. Yes, Australia, we haven't forgotten about you. We are still in the market for Australian players, and it looks like we have signed a guy for the B team. Western Sydney Wanderers FC have confirmed that the Wanderers Academy defender Liam Boateng, I've got that wrong anyway, so I apologise for that, but Liam has departed the club to join Scottish Premier League Celtic FC. The 17-year-old was swatted by scouts as he played for Australian schoolboy tournament, the Wanderers Academy, where Liam has worked his way up from the under-13s to the National Premier League first team this season. Despite the progress plans, they're saying, this is coming straight off the WanderersFC.com website, the Wanderers will receive a sum in training compensation for Liam, as the club, he's been at the club since 2016. The Red and Black wish Liam all the best at Celtic, and let's hope that he manages to get his chance at Celtic and makes his brother also makes a move to Europe also in the coming years. So that's fantastic news for Celtic, getting a defender, getting a young defender coming in from Australia, and he is 18-year-old. but he'll go straight into the B team, so it'll be interesting to see how he progresses over the next few years. Will we be able to get this young Australian lad into the first team in 4 or 5 years' time? And obviously even less than that. I would say if he's good enough, get him in there in about 3 years' time, Celtic. Now, obviously, the Leila Bada situation does leave a bit of a problem for the manager. It means that we're now one player down for the Champions League squad. The squad has been submitted to UEFA, and we can't make any changes now to the squad. So that's unfortunate that he is now going to not make the Champions League. But the good thing is, we do have a squad that is probably strong enough to get us through to hopefully finish third in the group. I think that's really where we are. And with that being said, the fact that Rio Hatate is coming back. Now, the good news for everyone is Celtic managed the game 2 weeks ago. They managed it quite well. You know, they scored that goal in the first half. They controlled the first half. And in the second half, the Union Rangers were going to come out. They're never going to have a game like that this weekend. Dundee is going to be completely different. Dundee will probably sit back at Celtic Park. So we need to be a bit more mindful of that. And Celtic will have to break them down. Now, people are going to say, we're back to the side-to-side passing football stuff, you know, but it's going to be really difficult to break down teams. You know, we're going to have to try and pull Dundee out a bit. We'll talk about that tonight on the live as well. Make sure you join tonight's live and make sure that you have your say and what team you think will go out. Because let's face it, it could be anyone's choice now, and especially Leila Bada out, because he would have been a starter for definite. He played fantastic 2 weeks ago for Celtic, but it's just unfortunate that he won't be here this weekend. So, with Paulo Bernardo and Marco Tillo getting ready to play for the Celtic, you know, Joseph Juranovic sends Abada some support. Abada said that he's going to come back bigger, faster and stronger, which is absolutely brilliant. And Rio Hatate is back into the fold. Rio Hatate, that only says one thing for the rest of the SPFL. It's one thing, and it's beware. Be aware, because Celtic are now coming back to some strength. You know, our players are coming back. We're starting to get a little bit of players back from injury. You know, we do get a couple of players back and then we lose one. It's just the Celtic way just now, just the Celtic way, which is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. But it is what it is. The good thing is, though, I think Hatate will go straight back into the team. Who do we drop out? Because let's face it, there's a lot of competition in this team now for places, but I do think Rio Hatate will come straight back into the team and he'll start dominating games again. He'll start proving, you know, he is that player that is going to go on and hit the heights, and especially in the Champions League. He's going to prove that he is that player that is worthy of the next big move out of Celtic. Talking about big moves out of Celtic, has been believed that Jota would have chopped off his left hand to come back to Celtic during the transfer window. It's been suggested this morning. We all know that Jota was sold for 25 million cash. You know, although that wasn't the amount of money that Celtic got, taking away the money that they paid his previous club, Benfica. But it's understood that Jota had a lot of regrets once he found out he's not going to get in the team. Be a big decision today whether he's actually in the squad or not. We're going to keep an eye on that, but we know that he's left Celtic. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Jota, because, you know, I really feel for the guy. He did go chasing the coin. He went chasing the money like anyone would. You're going chasing the money, but it hasn't turned out that well for him. But it's all about Celtic tonight. It's all about Celtic and Dundee. Yes, that is the game tomorrow. Make sure you're join the live tonight, subscribe, and have your say in the comments section. Keep an eye on the community tab for any updates during the day. And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. I hope you've liked this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I shall see you on the next one. Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.